Hi folks, thanks for joining us at the WoodMaker Workshop. Aside from making something good out of wood, we make woodshop videos. We try to keep our videos in the 2, 3, 4 minute range, and that requires editing for content and time. Here's where that's done, an area that is comfortable but cluttered. We've made something out in the shop to help us here in the house, a cabinet to set the computer monitor on, with a drawer to hold our cordless keyboard and another drawer for papers and pens, plus an area below to get our books out of the way. Just what we needed, and a simple design. We didn't use ball-bearing drawer slides, just wooden runners, so it's not all that complicated. But, like so many things, it is quite a bit more complicated than it looks at first. How many individual pieces does it take to put something like this together? The answer may surprise you. There are 4 legs, 2 sides, a back, bottom shelf, 2 drawers, skirt, and the top. That's a dozen parts, and there's a few more that you don't see from the outside. So what would you guess? 20, 30, 40? Could we come close to 50 parts? Let's take a look. Here's everything laid out while the finish was drying. You can see all the components, but you can't see every part of every component. The cabinet is red oak with 4 legs, of course. We start with 5/4 stock, 2 pieces for each leg, planed to about 1 inch, so the final dimension is a nominal 2-inch square. The halves are glued together with an insert strip or spline like this to keep the 2 halves perfectly aligned for glue-up and clamping, and they make it nearly impossible for the halves to separate. 4 legs with 3 parts per leg is 12 pieces. Each side is made with 4 pieces of wood, 1 spline, and 8 biscuits for alignment and strength, with a stiffener along the bottom edge. 14 pieces times 2 is 28. The back is made with 5 pieces of wood, 1 insert, 8 biscuits, and 2 stiffeners. 16 total. The back and the sides are joined to the legs with insert strips. There are 6 of those. The top skirt is a single piece with pocket holes and 4 screws. Bottom stretcher, 1 piece of wood, 4 screws. A front shelf support, 3 screws. Back shelf support, 3 screws. It takes 13 pieces to keep the bottom shelf in place. The bottom shelf is 3 pieces, edge glued with 8 biscuits. 11 pieces there. The inch-thick top is 3 pieces with 2 splines. You don't see the splines, but they're there. There are 2 inside rails for attaching the top, each with 2 screws, and the top is secured to the cabinet with 11 screws. 17 pieces. We are well past 100 pieces and we haven't done the drawers yet. The pull-out drawer for the keyboard is 1/4-inch Baltic birch. 4 pieces of trim on the bottom, 1 riser, 1 drawer front, 2 screws to attach the drawer front, a handle and 2 screws for that. 12 altogether. The big drawer, watch this, 2 sides, front and back, bottom is Baltic birch, 2 runners, 12 screws, a drawer front, 4 screws to hold the front, a handle and 2 screws for that. Check this out, 27 pieces for a single drawer. To move the drawers out and back in requires runners, 4 pieces of aspen with a dado for the runners, 8 pieces for spacers, and 32 screws, 44 more pieces. We applied stain and finish. End grain soaks up a lot of stain, making it appear darker than the rest, so pre-stain conditioner is called for. The drawers were given natural stain to enhance their appearance, followed with 2 coats of lacquer, and we stained all the oak twice with our customary English chestnut. We count stain and finish as parts because they are parts. 6 applications. Our choice for a great finish is semi-gloss urethane applied with a cloth. 7 coats on all the red oak cabinet parts and 18 on the top. 18 coats. Well, there you have it, 220 parts if you don't consider the wood glue, but wood glue is certainly a part of the construction, so let's count that. It all comes from the same bottle, so some folks would say the glue is a single item in the making of our piece, yet there are 49 joints requiring glue. So if you want to take this to the utmost extreme, we can say there are 269 pieces, parts, or components to this particular item. Amazing, is it not? We have more videos coming. Why not subscribe to the WoodMaker Workshop channel?